Former Prime Minister Najib Razak began his defence today for several counts of abuse of power and money laundering. This differ from the corruption charges on which he was previously convicted and for which he is currently serving a 6-year jail term. What they all have in common is 1MDB. The sovereign wealth fund Najib and his allies are accused of plundering. The latest charges have to do with around $510 million in alleged bribes involving Tanore Finance Corporation, which American authorities say had siphoned funds from 1MDB. But that's not the only legal challenge the jailed Malaysian leader is facing. He is also appealing before the Court of Appeal over a lower court's refusal to hear his request for house arrest. Najib insists the former King Al Sultan Abdullah Ahmad Shah, whose 5-year reign ended in January, had allowed him to serve the rest of his sentence at home. He is now demanding that the current government present the royal order. But a lower court says Najib's statements are hearsay and admissible. And that appeal may possibly add some urgency for Najib's camp, since the current cases being tried in court could lead to an additional 20 years in jail for the abuse of power case. And to prove their case, Najib himself took the stand today as he began his defense. Melissa Goh has more.
Now, offering himself as a first defense witness, 71-year-old former Prime Minister Najib Razak began reading out his statement under oath, all in 525 pages in 2 volumes, now sparking concerns from the presiding judge, Colin Lawrence Aquera, that the trial may be dragged on longer than necessary. Now, his lead counsel, Muhammad Shafi Abdullah, assured him that Najib, who's a good speaker, will be able to wrap up his statement in 14 days. Now, Najib will then be cross-examined by the prosecution, which a High Court held has successfully proven a prima facie case against him in all 25 graft charges involving some $500 million. And Najib has denied all wrongdoings. Now, he thought that the money in his bank accounts, he said, was donation from Saudi royal family, adding that he was tricked by those who colluded with fugitive Joe Low. Now, his defense team intends to call some 20 witnesses, including expert witnesses, to cast doubt on the prosecution case. Now, meanwhile, Shafi, his lead counsel, will also be arguing at the Court of Appeal this Thursday to have his client serve out the remainder of his sentence back home. Now, he claimed that there is an additional decree or addendum by then King Sultan Abdullah when he chaired the Pardons Board last January that halved Najib's sentence from 12 to 6 years.
Everybody is trying to hide the addendum. Because the minute the addendum surfaces, you cannot help but enforce it. Because it's a royal prerogative and a royal decree. You must enforce it.
Now, if found guilty at the end of the defense case, Najib can be jailed up to 20 years and fined 5 times the amount. Now, he's been in Kajang prison for over 2 years since his conviction and sentence regarding SRC International, a former subsidiary of 1MDB, was upheld by the federal court in August 2022. Melissa Goh, CNA, Kuala Lumpur.